Chapter 2.7 is on inverse functions. So let us practice a couple of problems from the Chapter 2 review found on page 326 in your book. Alright, number 86. Let's start there. 86. It says, let's read the instructions. It says find f of g of x and g of f of x and determine whether each pair of functions, f and g, are inverses of each other. Alright, so they want us to find the composite functions, fog and golf. So let's first start by writing out f of x equals 2 minus 5x and g of x equals 2 minus x divided by 5. Awesome. So first let us find f of g of x, which is fog, which is the same as saying f of 2 minus x divided by 5. That's what g is. G is 2 minus x divided by 5. And I plug that in right here. And everywhere I see an x inside of f, I'm going to plug in 2 minus x divided by 5. So that turns out to be 2 minus 5 times 2 minus x divided by 5. Let's change colors to red. How about we pick something totally new? Let's go with this color. Well, the 5's cancel, and I'm left here with just 2 minus x. That minus sign is on the outside of everything, not just the 2. So make sure you have parentheses here. And this cleans up into being just x. Awesome, so fog is just x. Let's find golf now. So golf, g of f of x, and that's equal to g of, well, what is f of x? It's 2 minus 5x. So that turns into be 2 minus 2 minus 5x. Because remember, wherever you see an x inside of g, you got to plug in f of x. Divide by 5. Okay, so now I have 2 minus 2 plus 5x. I distribute this negative 1. Because remember that minus sign says minus. Am I looking at the wrong one? Yes, the minus sign says minus x, which means I need to subtract all of this, 2 minus 5x. So I'm going to distribute the negative sign in, divide by 5. Well, these two cancel each other, and I'm left with 5x over 5, which is just x. So now, let's think back. What do we know? If we do golf and we get a result of x, and if we do fog and we get a result of x, and then we do golf and get a result of x, what does that say about my functions f and g? What can I say about them? They are, in fact, inverses of each other. If you do their composite, if you put them together inside golf or fog and you end up with x, in both, you need to have it in both, then your functions are inverses. Okay, therefore, these two are inverses. Good. Let's look at number 88. All right, so number 88. One second. Let's do blue. All right, so number 88, instructions. Find the equation f, let's find the inverse function. So they want you to find the inverse function, and then they want you to verify that your answer you found is in fact the inverse by finding the, fog and golf, if I want to do it that way, if I pretend like I have g in here. So let's see here, 88, f of x is equal to 2 divided by x plus 5. Awesome, and they said find the inverse function, so find the inverse function, which is f inverse. Okay, so how do you do that? First thing you gotta do, instead of writing f of x, you're gonna write y. So you're gonna y equals 2 over x plus 5. That's first step. Second step says, all right, switch your x and y. Let's switch them. So really I'm going to say x equals 2 over y plus 5. Now, I'm going to solve for x. Solve for y. Get everything away from y and solve for it. So let me rewrite it. Do I want to rewrite it? Yes. I'm going to rewrite this. X equals 2 over y plus 5. Let's solve this equation for y. Awesome. So I'm going to subtract 5 on both sides. Subtract 5 on both sides, and I end up with x minus 5 equals 2 over y. Now, there's something I like doing. If my variable is in my denominator and I need him in the numerator, we'll make sure the left side and the right side are both fractions. So here I'm dividing by 1, and I'm going to flip the left side and I'm going to flip the right side. So now this turns into 1 divided by x minus 5 equals, you know what? I wrote down the wrong number. I just realized that we are not doing 88. We're doing number 89. Okay. Awesome. So flip the left side and the right side, and I get y over 2. So now the last thing I need to do is multiply both sides by 2. And I end up with y equals 2 over x minus 5. And the last thing I need to do, instead of writing a y, I'm going to write f inverse of x. F inverse equals 2 divided by x minus 5. Great. So step 1 was to, instead of writing f of x, you write y. And then you switch your x and your y. And now you solve for y. And then the last step is replace y with f inverse. I am not going to do the fog and golf, or what they want you to do is to verify that this is in fact the inverse by taking f of f inverse and see if you get x, as well as take f inverse of f of x and see if you get x. I'll leave that up to you to do.